Fuck technology. What's going on, YouTube world? Michael, Vincenzo, Steve. I'm Dave, IRP 206. Navigating life and something else with collecting. I truly don't know because it's just been trying to keep things straight, as we all have. It's you try to win auctions, you try to hopefully win auctions. You just get like Anderson Silva fucking roundhouse kicked every time. Life is continuously in the way. You just, I don't know. I really don't know. I've said it before. Well, I'll get into this. What are you guys up to? What's new with everybody here?
Whole lot of nothing.
Not everybody speak at once. Michael responded at least.
Yeah.
Life is up. Just every day it's something different.
The weather outside is weather.
It's
This is true.
it never ceases to amaze me how a day could be 24 hours and you start it so well. You know, you go to Hardee's, you get a monster biscuit and hash browns, and everything seems good. And then, in the words of Big Something Pompacero, then your life goes to shit. It's something like that. It's a family show.
Says only Dave.
Yeah, it's just like Judas Priest. So, but the office is getting clean. It's a slow process, but it's getting there. The shelf it seems organized, not with junk everywhere. So, it's getting there.
One step at a time.
Yep.
You're
Gonna move a
organizing
little
shit.
faster next week. I got a couple days off.
You're organizing shit. I'm packing shit.
Still.
I did find something from the Christmas episode. How I said I got a one color patch or a one color swatch from Matt Sundin, and I said it was cool. And you're like, how can a one color patch be cool? It's because see how it's like
It's
that?
mesh.
It's like
Well,
a
it's like-
mesh.
Like the old '80s football jerseys. You
Yeah.
think of like Ellsworth and
I always think of Leroy Selman cards.
yeah, that he doesn't have much of the the solid and thick material. It's always that Swiss cheese jersey.
This is 0506. This stuff ain't easy.
I know that year because that's all Rogers designs for his
Yep.
rookie stuff.
It's all Ovechkin Crosby.
Yep.
So there was Timu and Matt Sundin, Corey Perry, Ryan Getzlaff, Hossa, Ilya Kovalchuk,
Bless you.
Trotz. Phil Esposito. And lastly, forgot I had this.
Oh,
Gordy.
nice.
So, I mean, I got this lot this was the guy that was selling them. And this is where yours came from, Dave. Your 0506 Brodeur from last Christmas was in this lot. So this is what I ended up keeping plus the Lemieux, which is somewhere. But there was two other ones in there that I have gifted prepared. So
Maybe just because you mentioned Gordie Howe, I've just always been too lazy to look it up. But was it a licensing deal with him? Why there was a lot of his cards that said Mr. Hockey instead of Gordie Howe?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Because I know there's a lot of older Upper Deck stuff that said Mr. Hockey instead of Gordie Howe.
I will ask my Canadian research department, aka Paul. We'll probably have an answer for that.
Okay.
So we'll rely
Or
on
Joe.
Or
Joe who seems to know a lot too.
but haven't seen Joe.
Yeah, I didn't see Joe. That's why I didn't say it. We were both watching that PMG Red, so it just went. So was hoping, but I don't know. That's another one that eludes me.
Yeah.
So I'm still happy with that
Let's just say that one's
for 60 bucks. One of the fines of the year.
Yeah, and you actually got it in your hand too, for that matter.
That's crazy.
Because I haven't had that since this trio. So you got Sid. No, that's Malkin. Sid and Mario. 156 for the trio.
That's crazy cheap. That doesn't even make sense.
And that was an offer. That was the summer of COVID. Because I was at Cease's game and I wasn't allowed on the field. So I couldn't, there was only 3 coaches allowed per team. So
for a reason.
Yeah, for reasons. So Meredith was out there. And then Christopher, my nephew, was with me in the car, and we watched the game from there, and it popped up an offer, and I'm like, he's like, what are you going to do? I said, I'm going to buy this for this price. That seems kind of cheap. So bought it and felt remorse right away because I spent that much on 3 cards, which I hadn't done at that point. And yeah. Now they're going for significantly probably more.
Yes.
But I digress.
Do you though?
No.
Yeah, before everything skyrocketed.
Yeah.
And yet stuff is still somewhat stupid.
And some stuff is cheap. I mean, some people don't know what they got still to this day. I don't get it. I know I bought something the other day and I'm like, that's like stupid cheap. Trying to see what it was.
Well, some people don't want to put forth the time and effort though either.
Yes.
Because if you're going to list shit, buy it now, best offer. Like you gotta take the time. You gotta look at shit. Like do your research. Don't sell yourself short.
I know
unless you just don't care.
True. Which at some points I don't.
Well, I'm not talking
like,
about
yeah,
you.
whether I win or lose. Oh, I know what you mean. Never mind. This is from
And then
Michael.
of course there's Dave's, one of the originals.
Yeah.
Sharif?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
There's
And
one
this
for you, Michael.
Oh, that's awesome.
Spider-Man 2099. $25.
Jesus.
And my big mistake, as Dave shows.
That Ripken was nuts.
Oh, the Ripken.
That was a Grail card back in the day.
Yep.
Thank you, Pasquale Siakam.
Yeah. What a move there to get from Pascal Siakam to Cal Ripken Jr.
Well, the three main cards, and again, I know I bought more because that's how I am. The three main cards off that sale was that one. Oh, fuck. I know there's another. I don't think it was the. I think I got that mirror gold earlier in the year, or was it the early next year? I know I got the Luongo Brodeur, like the passing the torch or whatever it is, the Back to the Future, whatever the fuck they had back then. The 9.5 dual auto there too. There must have been one other. Oh, the Precious Metals out of Preferred, the 9.5. So I mean, that's fuck, those three cards alone are probably like 1,200 combined, but I don't even want to see what that one goes for because I don't care. That was one Michael said that you remember looking at the fucking Beckett and seeing something that was like 350, 325 back then. You're like,
Yeah, might as well be 10,000.
yeah, you're
Right.
like, I haven't fucking ever seen. To all you guys said that you've seen him before, like back in the day. That was something I never saw.
No.
Ever. I mean, nobody had it. So you'd always look in the back, and you'd see the fucking picture of the card, and you'd be like, "That's great." I know there's 10,000. I know there's 10,000 packs for every crack in a sidewalk. So I'm like, somebody's got to have one somewhere, and I just never until eBay, and that's when it's like, okay, that's the good part about eBay. You get to find a lot of stuff you didn't think existed, or if you looked at it, you're like, I don't know, that's a case hit card. We get 2 boxes up immediately for the fucking run of whatever it is, and like, well, we're not pulling that the Griffey Mantle 94 Upper Deck auto, dual auto to that, or even the single auto of each player. I'm like, that ain't happening. But
Well, it could, but the odds are not in your favor.
I'm not. As much as some people like it, I'm not holding my breath and ripping as many boxes as I can. Like, what's his name the other day trying to pull out 101 MLB debut patch Skeens. I'm gonna pull it out of this. I'm like, are you fucking stupid? I know you went to LSU and that, like, sorry, lowest rung, but that really like drops you down the intelligence ladder. But I'm like, you think just because you're opening a box, you're gonna fucking find it? I'm like, do you know how this works?
Yeah, well, percentages are a lot better from a hobby box perspective than they are any retail, but even then, they're 101s. And yes, Update has a lower print run than Series 1 and Series 2. But there's a shit ton of product produced.
Imagine if you would have pulled that though. You would have had people fucking burning tops down.
Well, who is it? Is it the Pirates who have the bounty?
Yeah.
Bunch of people have a bounty.
No. Like season tickets behind home plate for like 30 years.
Yep.
Yep.
Signed
That's that
memorabilia.
2 jerseys, bat, like get to take BP with the club.
Yeah, you get to meet Skeens. I mean,
Which
it's a
is-
great package if you're a Pirates
fan
and you don't need money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I'm neither of those things. So
Well-
I could care less about that bounty. That bounty means nothing to me.
David
And even-
Adams is 250, I think, 250K.
Yeah.
His girlfriend has a bounty on it. I don't know
Well, I
which
think she threw.
You can watch a game in her private suite with her.
one.
Yeah,
game.
she threw in on top of the Pirates one. Like, hey, I'll up it as well, or I'll sweeten the pot. Like,
Yeah, if you take their deal, you get to also do that.
Which again,
I know Matt Holliday wants Jackson's.
I could see that.
like with Matt Holliday, you made a lot of money in your career. You can
Buy 'em.
transfer some of that money to me. Thus, you will get your kid's card, and I get me a game used bat or a helmet. I'd rather have a game used helmet.
Yeah, because those are way rare.
I mean, a bat. Don't care. Give me like the Biggio. I'd love an old Biggio helmet with all that pine
All the
tar on it.
pine tar. So I was gonna say, I don't want a clean one. It's got to be nasty.
I want something that's fucking destroyed.
Yeah, you want to
Biggio.
definitely know it's game used.
Yeah, Biggio, Pedroia had a nasty helmet.
Yeah, any of those ones that you could tell use pine tar because that's like the first thing. Grab the bat, then do that, and just scuff it to fucking hell. That's what I'd want. Again, if I was a pirate, I was talking to the gourmet guy today about this, and like I'd love to have it because you could just sit there and be like the guy in the what is it, the car insurance commercial or whatever, with the dollar, like the ooh,
Yeah.
just about have it. I'm like, you don't fucking spend on free agents, like Ed said. You fucking are nickel and diming sack of crap.
Yes.
I'm-
The reason they could put this package together is because they didn't give Rowdy Tellez his $200,000.
Pretty much.
And if I'm a Pirates fan, I say, you know what? You want this, Skeens? You want this? And I'm somebody in like the Pittsburgh, West or Eastern Ohio, the what is it, the Rust Belt out there, whatever they call it.
Yes.
And I take that offer. That's the first thing I say. So you know what you fucking do first? Yeah, you give Rowdy Tellez his fucking money because you guys are so fucking cheap.
Yep.
4 at bats, 1 fucking game. That you all of a sudden that's going to make a difference.
That's what's his name. Nutting. He's no one likes him for
No.
reasons.
I was
For
gonna say him and
obvious reasons.
the A's owner too. Those two are both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The A's owner might be worse.
Eh,
I'm gonna go with
He-
Ed.
he-
If I were to pull that card, it's going to Golden.
Yeah,
yep.
as much visibility. I don't care if they take a chunk. Like it's gonna be visible there.
Let them all fight for it, even if it goes for.
Because, you got 30 years worth of season tickets, but by year 5 into that, Skeens ain't even going to be on the team.
No,
Right?
So,
and they're gonna probably try to
The
convert
Dodgers.
Henry Davis to pitcher. So
yeah.
He'll be pitching for the Dodgers.
Or the Yankees.
Yeah. Or Mets. Let's Dodgers, Yankees, Mets. Who else has money?
Tigers.
No. They're for all the money Mike Yelich has, his boy isn't spending as much. You got to think of that year that they went to the World Series, how much money they had on that payroll. Compared to now, it's not as much. Miggy freed up a lot of cash, I tell you that. God bless him. He gave his heart and soul to this team, but
Well, after 5 years, if Skeens, becomes a free agent, hell, at that point, the Rangers may be in the market again, willing to spend money.
yeah.
Padres, maybe. Who knows? Giants,
Yeah, I
unless
forgot
somebody-
Padres got money.
Well, they all got money. Some of them just aren't willing to spend it.
Well, that's definitely the Pirates case.
Seattle, who knows with them? They're up and down with what they want to spend.
Atlanta's not opposed to spending money,
Yeah.
No.
but they had too much money tied into a few other guys, which is why they had to let Freeman go.
And if he'd have known, he'd have stayed. That whole controversy.
Yeah, it was a mess down there in Atlanta when Freeman left and they replaced him with Olsen. Now, Olsen had a great year that first year, so it kind of took a bit of the heat off the Braves, but then he went back to being Matt Olson last year, and now and Freeman wins the World Series. So,
Yeah, and Ed's got a point.
Oh, yeah. Otani's got fucking 700 million. I don't care what it's deferred, and plus he's already made.
Agreed, Ed.
It's like you want that ball, pony up. You got
But
fucking.
but that just goes to show you that anybody outside of somewhat like the card space, they have no clue. 300K for the 50-50 ball? Seriously?
Yeah, that's
Like, go play in traffic.
yeah. That's.
I mean, that is history. Like 300K, and you're talking history. You're not even in the same like galaxy.
I guess it's better offer than what the Hall of Fame would offer you to you.
Well, that's
We won't
true,
give
too.
you any money, but we'll gladly display it.
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, because that's how museums work. They don't ever pay any money for anything.
No, it's all donations,
Yep.
quote unquote.
Now I know a few different guys in the Packers world who have stuff in the Packers Hall of Fame that belongs in their personal collection that they've loaned the Packers Hall of Fame, but it actually says their name, donated by, or
Right.
leased. It isn't leased, but offered to them.
Yeah, all they have to do is pick up the phone and say, you've had this long enough. I want this back.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I saw that stuff when I was there. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, sports franchises, like, I mean, it is the Pirates. As far as like what any sports team has offered for something of significance, the Pirates have kind of led the charge when you think about it, as far as what they're offering, although it is the Pirates.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 years of season tickets behind home plate at any freaking baseball team. Like,
if you're local, it's awesome.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. But, like, I mean, if Paul Skeens was a Ranger and I pulled that card and the Rangers offered that kind of deal, like, I'd fucking jump all over it. Now, would I go to every fucking game? Hell no, because, like, are you going to include a parking pass? You're going to throw in some free, beer vouchers, some food, what else?
They have a 10-game homestand. I'm not going to the game every night.
No, not happening. I'd eat up a shit ton of gas in the process.
Yeah.
Go to the giveaways or whatever. It's like matchups. It's always going to be matchup based. Like,
yep.
Who's coming to town? Braves are coming to town. Who they got curling out there? Like old days.
Pitching.
If it was like Maddox, okay, we're gonna go because I want to see that.
Yeah.
If it's fucking Steve Avery,
I was about to say Steve Avery.
Steve Avery 89, 90. Yes. Steve Avery 92, 93. No.
Denny Nagel, Mike Hampton. Those were some bad signings.
Yeah, but the nice thing about it is, though, if you have season tickets, hey, who wants to go to the game? Face value.
Yep. Yeah. Okay, you could make money off of it by selling the tickets. For
100%. Because it cost you nothing other than what you paid to open the product, so to speak.
But I bet you couldn't get face value against another shitty team.
Yeah, if it's like the Rockies are coming to town. Oh, jumping Jehoshaphat. Yay.
Yeah.
Who do we got on the team? I don't even know their lineup. Yeah. Todd Helton still playing? Nope. Okay. Matt Helton? Nope. Larry Walk? Nope. Colorado? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Anyone? Nope. You get to watch Brenton Doyle. That's your big or that Tovar. Those are the two guys that you get to watch. Everybody else is a mystery.
Yeah, but for those who don't go to a lot of baseball games, I don't think that they would give a shit who they're playing. You
Well,
pay
no.
for the experience, but after a while, that would slowly start to decrease of who would be willing to ultimately pay face value. So
That's the thing.
I
Your bubble starts.
I hope somebody out there gets it and takes the offer and then proceeds to sit with a sign saying "sell the team" behind home plate every game. That would be beautiful.
Need new ownership.
Yep.
Have like whatever his net worth is, and then have like the team, like the payroll, like the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Stop supporting somebody who's so fucking chintzy with the pennies.
Yeah, and the only way to combat that isn't a salary cap. The way you combat that is make a floor, a basement number that you have to spend, and stop with the revenue sharing. Because that's what these owners do of these teams that they don't invest any money in. They just collect that check from the Yankees and everybody else. The Royals are guilty of that.
Yep.
Now they've paid Bobby Witt, but the last two owners of the Royals have been super tight, and they just want to collect that revenue sharing money. And I knew that was going to be the case when David Glass bought the Royals, because he didn't even earn that money. He was a Walmart heir.
Yeah, I'm glad they at least paid him. And then Salvi, I don't know how many years he's got left, but I don't think that's one that'll go away either. That'll be sort of like the Pujols thing. Like you're not going to get rid of him.
No, eventually he'll just be the full-time DH.
Yeah. And
But
that's coming sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I hope they pay Cole Reagans. That guy's a stud. And they got him for next to nothing from the Rangers.
Middle reliever, I think they sent down that way.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember, but I mean, they re-signed Waka, which
he had a really solid year this year. It was a bit surprising, but he's an innings eater,
and
you need guys like that.
And I know I've read the last couple days or over the weekend, it was like what a Jonathan India Brady Singer deal has been rumbled about.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if it happens, but a couple different times I saw that thing pop up. I'm like, well, get it done. Like, do something. Yeah. Not like you got a huge surplus of pitching, but you got a huge surplus of like former high-level, high-pick pitching, and you need more bats. You always need bats. It sucks to take away from, who was it, Massey, who did okay at second, but at the same time, find somewhere for India. He wants to obviously play, and the fucking Reds don't have any spot for him. You got McLean, that Novelli Marte or whatever they got.
Yeah, Novelli Marte.
God, the fuck is his name? I had him for fantasy. Sam Steer, he played a lot of like first, and then Ellie. So I mean, you've got a contingent of, and then they're Strand and Encarnacion Strand. So I mean, you've got people that are set up, but
yeah, Bobby is a massive gate attraction. Bobby's awesome.
And that was one when he was coming out too for the draft. I'm like, I don't know. This old man was at times a really good pitcher, but also at times a fucking horrible pitcher. He'd have a no-hitter, and then he'd go like 3 2/3 and give up 7 runs. So again, not saying that that's what the kid would have, but you just like, not a ton of success stories.
No.
You got Vladdy and Vladdy Jr. and even Vladdy Jr. Again, he's really good a good portion of the time, but there's a good portion of the time, or a solid portion, that
He'd be a hell of a lot better if he dropped 40 pounds.
wouldn't we all?
Well, yeah.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. When Tops had something the other day, yesterday, like it's been found. It's such clickbait, and I mean, it was the De La Cruz, like that rookie patch, but I'm like,
Yeah.
that
I saw the same video.
the first 5 or 6 comments were exactly what I expected. Like, close, but wrong. Like, yep.
It's strange seeing some of them live and some of them redemptions.
Yeah,
Aren't they all on card though?
Oh yeah, they're all on card. I wonder if the ones that are live were guys who debuted on the opening day roster. I wonder if maybe that's the case. But it really doesn't make much sense because, I mean, they take the jersey literally right after the game.
Yeah.
That would suck if you couldn't keep your first debut jersey yourself.
Well,
I know they just take the thing off the arm for the card, but
well, do they only have? Is it just the one on the arm sleeve, or do they put one on the pants?
I think it's just the sleeve.
Yeah. In which case, I mean, it literally is the only one. It would be a bummer not to be able to keep the jersey.
And
someone said they cut it off. Ed, confirm for us, modern day collector.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there'd be no reason for them to actually obtain the jersey. All they need to do is cut the patch off.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be nice if they had like the 2 jersey system.
Yeah, after the first inning or first plate appearance, take that one and then put on another one.
Just because, again, it's great for collectors and whatnot, but at the same time, it's like, if I'm a player, I'm like, I really don't want to give that up for some fucking knucklehead to pull. And now we're in the spot where the Pirates and Skeens are, where you're trying to people.
I think Skeens could give 2 shits.
Yeah.
I really don't think he cares about too much.
I think he's got even when they announced the like rookie of the year thing, he really wasn't like.
Yeah, why are you making a spectacle out of this?
Yeah, you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, it was obvious I was going to get it, and then what's his name for the Yankees got it, and I'll tell you one thing: I had that kid on my team, on my fantasy team, for the first half of the season, and then he was complete trash the rest of the year. So I'm like, man, how bad was the American League with rookies?
Well, they had the catcher for the Yankees. He finished 3rd, and he wasn't that good. And I don't remember who finished 2nd. Oh, Causer for Baltimore. So, I mean, that wasn't...
And he was up and down.
I was going to say, he had an okay year, but nothing spectacular. So, I mean, yeah, you had not really going on with American League rookies. National League, again, you had 3 guys that could have won it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised Panini hasn't tried to come up with something for NBA and for the NFL, like the debut patch.
Well, they won't for football because they don't care about using game used.
Correct.
So they literally have they really could not care less.
With
Now,
just
basketball,
how sick.
Basketball, I can see it because they still do game. Well, and they've even gotten away from using game used in basketball too.
What I was getting at, the fact that Tops / actually I should say Fanatics, that idea has kind of skyrocketed them a little bit when it comes to actual game used, game dated sort of memorabilia, which Panini was known for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Why Panini wouldn't take that as well and institute it in their current products. But then again, they're about to lose the license, so who gives a shit, right?
Yeah, they've got a year and a half or so left of licenses, and they have had no problem selling what they have.
No, 100%. But like the debut patch has been going on for what, a couple of years now?
Yeah, I think this is 2 years.
When they first did it, like
it was awful.
Panini could have done something because they still had time. Yeah. It just blows my mind with as successful as the MLB debut patch has been for Fanatics. Panini didn't try and do something.
Yeah. I agree. It's definitely they are very, very cool.
Well, it's created the hype machine. It's sold products because that's what people have been chasing. And it doesn't have to be the superstars for it to fetch significant money.
No.
So, then again, Panini doesn't give a shit. They just want their money.
That they do.
We should quit selling or collecting cards and be like Sports Card Radio and just collect Rolexes. Because that's a cheap hobby.
No.
I don't even like wearing watches.
No.
I do.
I used to wear them, but I never had anything better than a Fossil watch.
Yeah, but why carry a watch when you have the time always on your freaking phone?
For wearing a watch since I was in 3rd grade, 2nd grade maybe, my dad got me a Swatch watch. It was black and red. And I wore that thing. Then I got an Iron Man. And then I got a metal Iron Man. That's what I wore for a long time. Then I got a Fossil watch, I think. And then once I started making my disposable income, as they say, I decided to get a Seiko and a Citizen and then Victa or two.
Yeah, I remember I was freshman or sophomore in high school, and I went and I put a Fossil titanium watch on layaway at the Buckle.
The Buckle.
Yep.
Joe,
the Buckle got a lot of my money in my late teens, early 20s.
Joe, I'm pretty sure they're randomly inserted, just period. It's across all.
Yeah, you can pull them out of retail.
No, I never had a calculator watch.
Much, much harder in retail, of course. Like 172,000 packs or some shit, something like it's probably even more than that. But
I was gonna say it's probably more than that.
It's ungodly. But they are in fact randomly inserted.
Don't we have a series called?
I didn't even check Walmart to see if they had any.
What, Topps Chrome?
Yeah.
Well, Target had them. I missed my opportunity to snag one because I would snag one just to sit on it. Just because the rookie class that's in update this year is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I did get my three blasters of just normal Topps update. So I at least got something. And of course I opened the 2 hangers last week.
Right. And they were good.
So, and I got my select WNBA blasters. That I was quite surprised to actually get those. Those are already tucked away in that box right there. So the only other thing that I have on my list as far as sealed wax is concerned is WNBA Prism, hoping that I can still find a way to snag those when they become available.
I don't need warnings on my food. I know it's bad.
It's fast food. Hello. Unless you're ordering from the Cantina chicken menu at Taco Bell, it's all fucking bad for you.
I had McDonald's for the first time in a month
Ooh,
today. It's like a lead ball.
My kid wanted 7-Eleven pizza.
oh, fuck.
No.
7-Eleven pizza is good.
It's pretty damn good.
Well,
And it's reasonably priced.
well, around here, everybody's favorite's Casey's Pizza. It's like the national food of Iowa. Is Casey's Pizza.
Never heard of that.
Casey's gas station? Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have those here, so I've
It's
never heard
very good pizza.
And like whatever Quick Trip, the KT Quick Trip, not the QT Quick Trip. Like up here, because I think that goes down to I-80, and then after I-80, it disappears in Iowa. I've had that before just because, again, I don't want to stop somewhere with people. If I can get gas, if I can go to the bathroom, and I can get a pizza, one spot, and I'm 100% good. Especially like the trip, because it's usually been down either to like my brother's or when I've been down to Missouri. Like I just want to stop there and get that, and I can fucking that pizza's gonna last me the rest of the trip.
Right.
At least down. I'm like not down and then wait and then back, but you know what I mean. But yeah,
I didn't notice any sodium warnings on the 7-Eleven pizza. If that's the case, then ramen needs to have it all over the place.
So
Ramen translates to sodium.
Do what? What was that, Michael?
I said ramen translates to sodium.
Oh, yeah. Facts.
We have, did you guys ever hear of Sheets?
Mm-mm.
So Sheets is the maker of MTO, made to order. They have a made to order restaurant inside, and their stuff is phenomenal. So we'll have to ask Bob Lewis when he comes on the wonderments of Sheets. So we have Sheets, and then Sweet Peas were in Pennsylvania, and the big one around here is 7-Eleven and Speedway, the convenience stores of Speedway, which was bought by 7-Eleven because 7-Eleven got a footprint in gas now because Speedway were all gas station and convenience stores. Then we have party stores, as Jeff would, they are known around here. So we have Buscemi's, which is excellent pizza. They do a Sicilian style pizza. They don't know it's called Sicilian because I was like, get me a Sicilian. And they're like, oh, what that? I said, a square? They're like, oh, a square. I'm like, you uncultured swines. It's a Sicilian. I've been to 5 or 6 places in Metro Detroit, and I've said I need a Sicilian, and people look at me like, "What is this crazy East Coast son of a bitch talking about?" And they just look at you. Then I went to one restaurant, and I'm like, "Give me 4 of those." They sell by the slice, so I was like, "Give me four thin New York styles, and then give me 4 of the Sicilian." And the girl just looked at me. She's like, she looks at her dad, and her dad just shakes her head. He's like, where are you from? I said, the East Coast. He explains it. He goes, that's the square, hun. And he goes, that's what dad called it when growing up in New York. So he was from New York, and they know it's Sicilian. And then Detroit has Detroit deep dish, which is basically like Pizza Hut.
Yeah, it's pan pizza.
Pan pizza that's a Sicilian pan pizza.
Yep. But they put the Detroit style puts the sauce on top.
No, not necessarily.
Really?
No. It's some places do, some places don't.
Okay.
So like Jets Pizza, which when a guy who founded it was still alive, most phenomenal bang for your buck pizza chain restaurant around here, fantastic. Ever since Eugene passed away, it's not as good, and it sure ain't cheap. It was $30 I looked at for meat lovers, and that's just crazy to me. But it's decent pizza. But when I first got here, if you got a round bacon, it's all I would get is a round bacon, and I'd get a round pepperoni and a Sicilian pepperoni. And it was, I called my dad. I said, this is fantastic. I wasn't expecting this. And then they just went, now there's a place called Table 53, and their New York style is phenomenal. Pizza 112. See, I don't like Buddies, Jeff, because of the sauce. It's too vinegary for me. It's got a taste to it. My kids, my oldest daughter loves Buddies. I think my middle daughter tolerates it, but I don't care for it. Neither does the better half. She don't like it. It's okay, but it's just not I don't go out of my way. Like my oldest daughter, Shelby, no. She's like, she had her party there, her birthday party. I think her 30th birthday party, we had it there. And she loves that stuff, but I don't. Ain't my cup of tea, but it is around here. Buddies is big time. And then what's his name? The dude that owns Caesars, Illich. Caesars is around here everywhere. And then there's Mike's Place. I think it's called Mike's Place inside the Pizza Oven, Little Caesars Arena. It's like upscale Little Caesars. It's phenomenal, phenomenal.
Since he owns the Red Wings, yes, of course it's going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, Little Caesars around here, if you find a good franchise, I remember eating it in the 80s when it came in that long. We were talking about this a couple weeks ago. In the bag, like the Bigfoot from Pizza Hut, but it was better. And they had one at Hill's Department Store in Uniontown, and that's where we would get it, and it was phenomenal. Then it just went Ugh. And my dad said he's getting they moved the Subway inside of Walmart, so the Subway that stood alone is going away. He said they're getting Domino's, and he never had Domino's. I said, try it. It ain't bad. Like when I was on the road and it's 11 o'clock at night and you're freaking worked 16 hours, Domino's tastes good.
It's gone to shit.
Has it?
At least around here, man.
The stuffed cheese bread is still freaking awesome.
I was gonna say I like the lava cakes or whatever. They got them little chocolate lava cakes. Those are.
See, and they stay open till 3 a.m. here in Sedalia.
Oh wow.
Domino's does. They stay open till 3 in the morning.
Yeah, Domino. And I'm like, and it could be just around here.
Their
But
pizza's not great.
It is. The quality, it's gone to shit.
Yeah.
Like there's no flavor in the pizza whatsoever, and it doesn't matter what you order.
No.
It is literally missing flavor.
It's hard to find good New York style pizza here, and I found 4 or 5 of them that are on my list, and those are my. And the bad thing is, better half hates New York style pizza, hates it. Where being C, we love it, and the girls don't like it either.
I love it.
Put a pizza in front of me. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's almost like I am. Like I saw commercials on Instagram for Fox's Pizza, which we don't have them here in Michigan, but they have them in Pennsylvania. And I was like, I told the better half when we were gonna go visit my folks. Excuse me. Two Brothers Pizza, who makes the best Sicilian and New York style by where my dad lives. Pizza Wagon. They have the grease cup pepperonis. This place, they started it I think it's 50 years old now. It's in a trailer. And they started because the highway was coming through. They figured, we're going to start a pizza place. Highway's going to come through and pay us money. Highway never went through. So for 50 years, they've been making this pizza, and it is solid. It's the better half's favorite. And then Fox's Pizza. I was going to get, my wife says, what are you eating for Thanksgiving? I said, I'm going to buy one of those 3, and that's what I'm going to have each day. Tuesday, I'm going to buy 2 of them, and Friday night, I'm going to buy 1 of them. So I don't need turkey, pizza, and a good burger and a decent steak. So
I could go the steak route.
Yeah.
No, you said bacon and then pepperoni.
Yeah.
Is there any reason there are no vegetables on there?
Yeah, because I'm a carnivore. I like meat lovers. I usually like, if I get Pizza Hut, the meat lovers, which I still think, I don't know why I think that's the best meat lovers, but to me it is the thin crust, the cracker pizza.
So
and I like the deep dish too, or the pan.
Yep.
Yeah, as like a kid, again, my mom made the worst pizza, and I've told her that that's like, you made the shittiest pizza. You tried, but there'd be that bubble of like the dough that would like push the toppings like on the one slice to like the middle. And I'm like, I don't want to have like 4 bites of dough or like crust. Maybe now I could like work it where I'd have like another piece and I could just sort of like do some finagling there. But I'm like, and so it'd be like anytime we'd have takeout pizza, which again after my dad died would be less often than when we were in Superior. But like way back when she'd make it, and there'd be like onions on there and peppers, I'd hate the taste for whatever reason, but I love the smell. So then finally when I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna fucking just try this. Because again, if it smells good, I'm hoping it tastes half as good as it smells. So then it's like, yeah, peppers and onions. Mushrooms, a lot of the time it's got to be the fresh ones. I don't like canned on there. If it's like the white ones, because we got that down in St. Louis when we went to the Cardinals game. Me and the guy from the Freedom Cardboard, and then his buddy. Like after the game, it was after the game we went to that, and he had asked, he had made sure, he's like, are these mushrooms like the fresh ones, or are we talking canned? Because there's a difference.
It depends on the franchise as far as if the canned ones are okay.
But even then, I don't, I'm not a huge fan. But yeah, it's like, no, I want, and Trista's the same way. It's like S&P, onions, mushrooms, green peppers. Yes,
See, I
Scott.
can't do green peppers.
Oh God, the more
I
the
like
merrier.
green peppers.
Scott, yes, Sammy's Pizzas in Duluth, and God, I want to say Hibbing as well. So been to both of them. It's downtown was better than the up by Menard, but pizza's good. I like pizza.
Only pizza I won't eat is Mazio's.
Never heard of it.
Yeah,
It's a chain place, and their sauce is horrifyingly bad. It literally just tastes like they smashed tomatoes on it. They don't season it at all.
Yeah, that kind of takes away from having a slice of pizza.
Yeah, it's not a pizza at that point. Yeah, they're gross, and they're not skimpy with that nasty stuff either. They pile it on there. That's the only place I won't eat pizza.
I'm a light sauce kind of guy, anyways. No matter where I order pizza from.
See, I don't want to dripping completely all over.
But that's the problem.
I don't want to have like somebody like have like a mustard thing like all the way around. Like, oh boy, here you got your sauce. I mean, no, I need to have some sauce in there.
Yeah.
The problem is remember, I worked at a pizza joint. So a lot of places, there's a lot of consistency with the amount of sauce that goes on a specific size pizza. And you make enough pizzas, you kind of figure out what's the better ratio.
Yeah.
Too much sauce takes away from the flavor of everything else. Too little sauce, then you kind of screw up the whole combination. So
you don't get the melding flavors.
So if you go light sauce, it's still enough to where as long as the sauce has flavor, mind you.
Yeah.
If the sauce is kind of bland, then like it doesn't matter what you do, you're only going to be tasting probably pepperoni. Anyways. But like I don't want to take a bite out of a slice of pizza and get sauce all over my face. Which is why I go with light sauce, because then I don't have to worry about the shit dripping out the side, freaking down my chin. Like, I don't have to worry about that.
It depends on the pie. It depends on the sauce. Like some of them I'm just like, those are great.
No, I don't want it dripping down my face.
Understandable.
Then again, it's personal preference.
I love the Big New Yorker from Pizza Hut because the sauce that's on that is a sweet sauce that they throw a bunch of sugar in to make it taste delicious. And now you can get that sauce on any of it. It isn't just the Big New Yorker. You can have that option. I like sweet sauces.
So do I. I like a sweet sauce. And like Sicilian pizza, you're supposed to cook the sauce. You know, you cook the sauce and put it on. It's like hot, and when you put it on the pizza, it's different. Yeah. It's what everybody's always told me. See, my brother made pizza my whole lives, and my uncle even wanted to put him in business. That's how good it was. I could still take it, just phenomenal. He made like 6 different kinds, He made pepperoni rolls that melt in your mouth like Holy Communion. They were unbelievable. And lasagna that angels cried. It's just,
If it had ricotta cheese in it, then that's a negative statement.
well,
It has to have ricotta cheese in it.
No, it does not.
Yes, it does.
Oh,
So-
no, it doesn't.
So the one time Meredith was like, "This is the best thing," and he looks at me, he goes, "Hey." I said, "What?" He goes, "She don't think there's ricotta in there, does she?" I said, "No." I said, he goes, "I blended that stuff up with the sauce. It's in there." He goes, "You just can't see it." I said, "Oh, you sneaky bastard, you." He goes, "Aha, that was my trick."
I'd be the one to taste it and be like, eh.
You couldn't taste it. You couldn't taste it.
Oh, I bet I could, because that, like, my taste buds when it comes to ricotta cheese, that shit makes me gag.
I take ricotta cheese, black pepper, garlic salt, and hard Parmesan, mix that all up with a little bit of egg, and I stuff it in manicotti and bake that shit.
That's right, son.
Gag.
That's the good stuff.
It's the best. And I buy Rayo's Arrabbiata. That is the sauce. That is my favorite. It is spicy. It has got a kick and sweet to it. It is the best.
The better my brother and my dad and my granny made the best sauce I ever ate. When I moved here, I'm like, I never had Meredith's sauce before, so she makes this big ass cauldron of it, and I'm like, how good could this be? I looked at her. I said, one moment. I called my dad and my brother. I said, "Hey," I said, "I did good." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "She can make the sauce." I said, "She can make the sauce. If you can make the sauce," then this lady next to me, she's probably, I don't know, she got to be in her 70s, I'd say. Literally got crates of tomatoes delivered to her house when her family brought them in. I could see them. Because how I knew is one time she came knocking on her door. She goes, "Hi." I said, "Hi." She goes, "You Italian?" I said, "A little bit." And she's like, "Can you come over to my house and light the light?" I said, "Light the light?" She goes, "Yeah, light the light for me." I'm like,
Start the stove.
outside, she had a griddle in her garage.
Okay.
Oh.
And it was gas. So I turned the gas on, I lit up. She said she made 142 pounds of freaking meatballs. And I didn't ask her for any. Do not.
Oh my God.
So when she made her spaghetti sauce, she needed somebody to move something. So I went over, I moved whatever. I said, "Thank you," and we were pulling out of the driveway a day later, and her family was all there helping her. And she goes, "I bring you sauce when you come home." And I said, "Okay." So she brings it over. I was down in the basement starting laundry. I come upstairs and Meredith goes, "You got to taste this." She goes, "You just got to taste this." So I didn't have any fresh bread like an idiot. I should have bought some. So I got like a cracker and I stuck it in there. And I said, "I just got a spoon," and started eating it. Like drinking a sauce from the spoon. It was so phenomenal. I was like, I went to the pantry. I got, because I buy for Jeff knows Randazzo. They got the pasta from Italy. I'm like, "What do I want?" I said Springs, because that'll suck up that sauce. So I made a pound of Springs, and then I got some cheese and put it on top. Oh, I got to give her a Tupperware back. I've had it for like 2 months. Phenomenal. Roasted meat and spaghetti and pizza and hamburgers and fish. That's what Vinny cares for. Like Long John Silver's, I don't care if it's not real fish. I don't give it. Oh, I love Long John Silver's. Love it. Can eat it.
No, You love the batter.
Yeah, I love the taste of the batter. I do.
All right, let's be real. That's the only reason why you like Long John Silver's.
Oh.
It's the batter, man.
Yeah, it's like a tempura batter. It's so good. But I don't do
100%.
I don't do fish. I do the chicken. Now
I'll
I
go
haven't
either
eaten at a
or.
Long John Silver's in probably close to 30 years.
There's the only one that was near me is on 8 Mile.
Yeah.
So I'll go down to 8 Mile and I'll go and grab it. It's worth it. And the last
I had
time-
one about a half a mile away, but it recently burned down.
Well, that's no good.
No.
Well, the
Somebody
8
forgot to
Mile,
change out the grease.
the 8 Mile
Unfortunately,
one was
it took the
temporary
A&W with it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because a lot of them have A&W.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah, it's combo.
Yep. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Yep.
Like the Long John Silver's we have that's close to us is a Long John Silver's and KFC.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting combination, but
well,
okay.
that's what's it called? Is it Yum Foods?
Yes, I believe
Yum
so.
Brands.
Because I mean, it's like the Taco Bell, KFC.
Well, yeah, because Kentucky Huts were huge there for a while.
Oh.
Kentucky Fried, KFC, Pizza Hut, and Taco Bell all in one.
Yeah, we had one of those in Concordia, which is about 25 miles or so from here.
Yep.
It was
Good old-
right up the street from a truck stop.
Yeah, good old Kentucky Huts. Well, at least that's what I called them because it's
Yeah.
like pick your poison.
One of each.
It wasn't uncommon, family of four, like
Get a
One-
pail of chicken and
one personal pan pizza and then, a meal from KFC and then everybody else wanted Taco Bell. Like
KF Taco Hut.
Kentucky Hut.
Oh, see, we have KF Taco Hut, KFC, Taco Bell, and Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
That's Kentucky Hut.
It's KF Taco Hut.
It's Kentucky Hut.
Well,
Fuck
you
off.
can I don't care what you call it in Texas. In the real world up north, that's what we call it. And just like that, Vinny disappears. You're just busting your stones.
You said it. Ask and you shall receive.
I understood. That was a different comment. So, but yeah, KF Taco Hut. They opened my senior year of college. They opened one, and they would give you a discount on certain days of the week. You got discount on the KFC. Certain days you got discounts on the Taco Bell. Certain days you got the Pizza Hut. I think it was like you got 3 personal pan pizzas for $13. That ain't a bad deal when you're a cheap college student.
No.
So I have to ask though, like since we've talked about pizza a whole lot, was there anything better than like school pizza?
Oh, it's good.
The
School pizza's
rectangle,
The rectangle.
the rectangle. Like, was there anything better? Like,
My favorite day at our school, Wednesday was the carb day. Wednesday, you knew you were getting some kind of meat and mashed potatoes and gravy. And we had the lunch lady, the head lunch lady, her name was Helen Thurston, who she's still alive. She's in her late 80s, early 90s now. Even after she retired, they would bring her back in to make the yeast rolls homemade on Wednesdays.
Oh, those were so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
You smelled them, and it was just like a chemical that you didn't smell anywhere else. That yeast, and so good. Yeah, Wednesday was my favorite day, and chicken patty day was my favorite because
Oh,
then
that
you
was
got
good too.
the yellow chicken gravy with potatoes and all that. But pizza day, you always got a slice of the pizza, corn, a brownie, and then the little side salad that I just threw in the trash. But I liked dipping the pizza in the corn and eating it.
there was, I don't know what it was, man, but the rectangle fucking pizza at school lunch, man, there was nothing better. Like,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. You could go to any pizza joint that you wanted. It didn't matter if it was your favorite or not. There was just something about school pizza. And if you've ever watched it, like ever paid attention to the lunch people, it's like in a big fucking sheet and they
Yeah.
fucking cut it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep. Godfather's is good pizza.
What?
At least I remember it being good.
Which one?
Godfathers.
Yeah,
Godfather's.
Godfather's decent. I've had that when I'm in Minnesota.
Yeah.
They don't have any in Michigan. That's something I learned.
Yeah, I think they've pretty well dried up here.
Pizza Ranch.
Marco's,
I like Pizza Ranch.
Marco's is pretty good.
I've never had Marco's yet. My wife said she didn't like it, so we haven't tried it.
I don't go to Pizza Ranch for the pizza.
No, you go for the chicken. Their fried chicken's very good.
Oh my god! And the mashed potatoes are. Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I love going to a place where I can get a couple slices of pizza, mashed potatoes, and fried chicken on the same plate.
Well, steak fries too. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is like we're getting into the old country buffet like part of the pool. I'm like that you get to fat people town and that's like, ooh, somebody's slicing ham and I get some soft serve and there's some chili over here and some fucking cornbread. What the and veggies? Like, okay.
Did any of y'all have Babe's chicken?
No, never heard of it.
No.
Everything is home style. So, like, and they have other shit other than chicken, but like fried chicken, grilled chicken. They also have like catfish and a few other like meat.
Mhm.
Ooh,
But
catfish.
all the sides, they come home style. Like, and the fucking shit is like in a bowl like this big.
Nice.
But mashed potatoes, green beans, corn, like you name it, they have it.
When I used to go down to Mississippi, I would load up on catfish. I love catfish. And the best one what I found out, my uncle used to go down there and he said, we're going to go to this Vietnamese place. And I'm like, oh, I never had Vietnamese food. I'll try it. And I go in there. There's no Vietnamese food to be found. These just nothing but fresh seafood. And this catfish, I got 5 pieces of catfish and mashed potatoes. I don't know where this guy learned to cook, but at the end, I looked back and I said, you, sir, and he looked at me. I said, are a genius. That was phenomenal. It was the best catfish I ever ate. It was out of this, and this place looked like a dump. It looked like it could be condemned, but it was phenomenal.
Well, that's usually how it is. The hole in the walls are the best places to go.
Yeah, there's several places in Pittsburgh where I used to go that were the biggest dives, and during Lent they gave you a 16-inch bun with 3 pieces of huge fish on it and a big thing of fresh cut French fries for $16. It was like 3 meals, and I could still taste that sandwich. Oh, I'll never be a skinny guy like that guy says on Instagram.
Yeah, that guy.
I'm pretty sure it closed down years ago, but if anybody knows the DFW area, Harry Hines is known for the hookers here in the area. At least it used to be. I'm not so sure now because I'm not I'm not near there any longer. But there was a burger joint called the Hole in the Wall. That was the name of the joint. And it was literally a hole in the wall. Looked like shit, almost partially in shambles. But you want to talk about the best fucking hamburger? Holy shit.
Yeah, there's this place there. It's no longer there, but it was down in Joplin, Missouri. We go down there and we ate there when we bowled, but it was called the Eagle Drive-In. and it didn't sit maybe 15, 20 people, and it was really tiny. But they served a bunch of different types of burgers, and the portions were huge. And I've got a picture of it still on my phone somewhere. I got the poutine burger, and it was one of the best things I had ever eaten.
Oh, that's probably good.
Yeah. And it was real cheese curds. It wasn't fake ones. Cheese curds, brown gravy, French fries, and the smash steak burger. It's so good.
Yeah, I'll do poutine, but no cheese curds.
No, you need the cheese curds.
Nah, I'll pass.
They got to be squeaky.
So there's a place around here. It's called Centerline, and it's between Warren, Michigan, and Detroit, Michigan. It's in Wayne County, I think. It's 1 mile by 1 mile. And the big thing there is Mopar has a distribution center for Mopar. And my buddy, Frankie, used to work for Chrysler. So he used to go down there and he found this place. It's called Te Roma. And I don't know if Jeff's still on, but Te Roma is this bar. They would have specials every day. And they would have soups every day. And they had the best greasy bar burger you ever wanted to eat. It was phenomenal. And the soups every day, loaded baked potato, tortilla soup is the one my buddy liked. And
I'm a big fan of Italian wedding.
Oh, I love Italian wedding. And she would have, every once in a great while, she'd have Italian wedding. Oh my God, was it good. And then they would have specials from chicken parm, like a piece of chicken parm like that for like $9.99 with spaghetti. Or they had the Swedish meatballs. And the Swedish meatballs. I'd get half noodles, half mashed potatoes, and then all the Swedish meatballs. Yeah, Jeff knows that place is decent. And
sounds more than just decent.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Sounds like I want to live there.
Dude, the one thing my goal is to find the best food around here, because living 30 odd years in Pennsylvania, I'm probably going to live the remainder of my days here. So at least when I want something good to eat, I know the places to go. And that's my thing. And I haven't explored everything. Like my kids got me this Pizza 112. It's in I don't know where my wallet went. I've been carrying this gift card for 4 years maybe. They have New York style, and all I want's cheese. Pepperoni's good, and I can get 4 pizzas for the $50 that's on his gift card. I'm going to get 4 cheese pizzas and 1 pepperoni, and I'm going to eat it for a week. That's my goal. And I think we're going to be there Saturday because C's game got moved from the Stars facility to somewhere in Auburn Hills. So I'm going to see if we're near there and they're still open, because I think they close early, like 8 o'clock. I'm going to go try to grab me some of those and just be a fat man, because I lost 60 some pounds and I've gained half of it back. So I have to go back on my diet very shortly. Well, we're gonna go out with a bang, and we're gonna use that gift card, and I'm gonna enjoy that. Because if not, we were going to Pennsylvania, and I would have done that.
Let's see if it'll. There's that poutine burger.
That looks good.
With a brioche bun.
Yep.
Oh, that's decent.
There was a place in Kansas City called BRGR, and my favorite thing that they had was a salt and pepper brioche roll, and that's what I I can't remember what the name of the burger I would order was, but I mean, it was bacon, cheddar, fried egg, that brioche roll. Brioche rolls are the best. Then
When the hobby turns its back on us, we go and talk about food.
yes. Well, I sent Dave this. This is what I ate for breakfast today. If it'll focus, there we go. But it's biscuits and gravy, 2 eggs. You can't see under the eggs, but it's got candied or spicy candied bacon, fried chicken. All that right there was $11.95.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it was.
decent.
It's the best deal, and there's hash browns underneath all of it.
Best place like that is, remember the diners when we grew up, like in the 80s, and everything was $10 or under, and they had a menu that was just 7 pages long.
Yeah.
And everything was good. So I know there's one place in Minnesota I used to go to that was by where I worked, and I would go there. I'd walk there because it was right next to the building. Phenomenal. But there's a place here called Theo's.
Huxtable?
And, pardon?
Huxtable?
No, just Theo. He's an old Greek dude that he runs, that place is never empty. It's filled to the brim from 8 in the morning. I think they open at 7 or 8 and they close at 8, and it's jam packed every time you go past it. And he has everything. He serves breakfast all day, and the food his specials are phenomenal. You can get like, what did I get last? I got veal with mashed potatoes and gravy for $9.99, and it wasn't fresh veal. It was probably frozen, but it's that old comfort food kind of thing. The meatloaf with the gravy and mashed potatoes, the comfort food of the 80s that we grew up with, where we had it on Sunday for dinner. All those meals is what this guy makes, and his breakfasts are phenomenal. And that's Cease's favorite place to go.
Them Greek folks know how to do breakfast.
Yeah.
Because
there's a lot of conies around here that are Greek.
Well, when we were in Florida, not the Disney part of the Florida trip, other like the 2 times we went out, no, actually 3 times. No, I take that back. We went out twice and then actually ordered and picked it up the 3rd time for breakfast. It was a Greek joint for breakfast. Phenomenal. Little small, not like super small, but smaller. But yeah, the fact that you brought up, a Greek place, and then of course when we were in Florida, we ended up going to a Greek restaurant for breakfast, and like they know how to do breakfast.
Yep, they certainly do. The Leo's, there's a couple Leo's Coney Islands. There's Leo's, there's National, and then there's a plethora of other people's Coney Island. Bob's, Steve's, Dave's, Michael's Coney Island. And they all are different. And some of them, it's just, I don't know where they learn to cook, but it's they learn from, it isn't Gordon Ramsay type food. It's just good old comfort food, and it's phenomenal.
It doesn't need to be Gordon Ramsay.
Huh?
Doesn't have to be Gordon Ramsay to be good, man.
Yeah, not saying Gordon Ramsay isn't good, but
there's a place in Superior. We used to go there when we lived there, and then I think we were going to my brother's. My mom's like, "You want to go there?" And I'm like, "Yes." Used to be Diane's, now it's Julie's. It's on Belknap as you're going towards Highway 2, I think it is. And then you go 53 to go down to like Chippewa Falls and over to Wausau. They've got like the variety of hot pork, beef, ham, turkey sandwiches. That beef sandwich, it was like $8, and it comes on like a fucking plate where like it's you slice your turkey on there for like Thanksgiving. It's like your turkey serving plate. I don't know if I've ever eaten anything as fast as I ate that. I ate it like somebody was gonna fucking steal it. Like you have to eat it within 5 minutes or you don't get the rest of it.
So in other words, you pulled a Coneheads while they were sitting at Subway and basically like just shove it all in your mouth.
It just inhaled. I just inhaled it. It was so fucking good. It brought me right back to like 1992. It was like the exact same thing. And then she was like, "Oh, I'm so full," and she had half of hers left. It's like, I'm not gonna bring it home if you want that. And before she even said it, I was like moving the plate over. I'm like, she's like, "You're that hungry?" I'm like, I am not wasting a fucking drop of this food. I don't care if I feel like I'm gonna throw up. It's not being wasted because this is so fucking good. And we don't get there. I mean, Tristan and I've been there once. I think Ma and I have been there, I think, like 3 times. So, I mean, that's like 4 times in 8 years. So, I mean, it's not like we're getting down there. And it's, again, 2 hours away, so it's nothing long, but it's just sort of out of the way in Superior where the
It's
anchor.
more of a treat.
Yeah. I don't want to sit there and, like, wear it down. So I tell Naomi, I'm like, I don't want to fucking go to, like, Chick-fil-A all the time. I could, but it loses its luster then. I mean, that would take a while. But like same with like Pizza Ranch. I don't want to fucking go there every time. Five Guys, their price keeps going up, but it's a good burger. I like it. I wish they'd change the buns to again like a brioche. When you get all that shit on there, guess what? It fucking gets that sloppiness, and you're trying to bite through it, and everything just sort of disintegrates. And then down in I don't know where it is in west of Appleton or west southwest in one of those supper clubs, that blackened like catfish. Oh, that was 2-3 years ago. We went there on the Friday, the fish fry Fridays, and I looked at my okay. Then I didn't see anything. I saw like the one piece left. I'll try it. That looks like, even if it's not chicken, it looks like it's gonna be good. Something a little with a little kick. Ate it, and I'm like, holy fuck. So I was sitting there and looking at that buffet. I'm like, when are they coming out? When are they coming out? When are they coming out? Saw the lady coming out. I fucking took the plate I had, which again, at a buffet you really don't want to because again, plenty of fresh plates. I'm like, no. Went up there. I took all but one piece that she had put in there. And I fucking ate it. I'm again. You find the food that you like, and you're not gonna sit there and like, well, I'll save some for the rest. Fuck the rest. I don't give a shit. That ain't my problem. I'll push old people over to get that shit. Fuck you. I'm like, you guys are down here all the time. I ain't.
I could actually like see that happening too. Like literally, I could see Dave barreling over the fucking 80-year-old grandma or whatever. Get the fuck out of my way.
Go get a fucking salad or something. Go over that way. Talk to Eunice or Gertrude or Beatrice about whatever the fuck you're gonna talk about. Just
go to Luby's.
That's something I hate too at the buffet table or buffet line. If like you're there with somebody else and you're talking about the fucking food, pick what you're gonna eat and fucking move on. This isn't a fucking review while you're looking at it. You can talk at the table about like, hey, this looks good. Oh, what did you get? Oh, that looks good too. I didn't really see that because I don't look at this. Does this look dry to you? No, your vag does. Fucking move. Get the fucking move. Go. I'm like, God damn it. Oh, I hate that. I hate, especially when you're right in front of the spot I want. If I want like the chicken and they just brought it out, I'm like, oh, I want to get some of them fucking thighs, that big chunk of breast there. Nope. I don't know which one that looks like. Fuck you. Then give me the top 3 that are gonna fill you for like 3 weeks. I will take those all right now.
Get
Get
out of my
out.
way.
There's
Do you
there's
see
no
the
real
size on the carriage? There's a lot of mass here. I need to fucking fill that mass up.
When it's your turn, know what the hell you want and get out of the way.
Just like at a restaurant or like a fast food road. Who's next? And like somebody like bolts over there. How can I help you? Ah,
Yeah, I don't know. What do I want? No.
Stab. You want stab by me.
just fucking yeah. You're at McDonald's. What? Big Mac, quarter pounder, nugget. Those are probably going to be the 3 things you're going to order. Then you're going to get fries, and then you're going to get some kind of drink. Or if it's seasonal, you get the McFlurry. Done. I mean, maybe the apple pie. I don't know. Fucking figure it out. Move. Go.
Yeah, don't walk up when you're not sure what you want.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
figure that shit out while you're waiting in line.
And even if it
Hold
gets
still
like,
from Wendy's.
I will never.
Which didn't happen.
Yeah, pricks.
Fucking snatch cunt. Jesus.
The worst food. Fucking Wendy's. Oh. Not because I drank a lot of booze that night and hard alcohol, and the next morning there was a pail next to me, and Wendy's and said hard alcohol is like a quarter filling said pail. So looking down there, I'm like, I never want to have mayonnaise on a burger again, and that's the way it's gonna be.
I believe the last time I ate Wendy's was when Metallica was on the Death Magnetic tour.
Lord.
A couple weeks ago.
He likes the Baconator.
Yeah, and that's what I had. I got the quadruple Baconator before I went to that concert. I can't believe I didn't die.
Yeah.
How'd you even fucking move during the concert? Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't a good decision.
Oh, duh.
Obviously.
Dee will eat one of those triple Baconators in one sitting. I'm like, where does that food go, child? She just sits there and eats it, and it all disappears. I'm like, I can't even eat that thing anymore. Like, I ate 2 sandwiches from McDonald's. I ate a double cheeseburger, no pickle, and a McChicken plain, and a fry tonight. And I thought within 15 minutes, I'm like, oh God, why did I do this? And I was just like, the grease, it just doesn't even taste good anymore. Like we did that with Burger King last week. I had a double bacon cheeseburger and a rodeo cheeseburger. I love rodeo cheeseburgers.
Yep.
And I don't care I like Burger King's old fries, not their new ones. Where Meredith loves Burger King's fries better than anything. She used to like Wendy's, but they changed Wendy's, and I like Wendy's now, and she doesn't.
See, I love Wendy's fries.
I love Wendy's fries.
McDonald's.
And I ate that Burger King, and it was so good. Like, I'm like, this would finally, I've eaten Burger King, and it tastes perfect. This hasn't happened in years. 2 hours later, I looked at my wife, and she goes, "You feel like you're dying?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Good God." It said, "It tasted so good going down." She's like, it feels like I have a lead weight in my stomach. I like the same here. The only thing I can eat fast food now is breakfast. And to tell you the truth, I can eat breakfast. For me, the only
Go
ahead, Michael.
Sorry, you started free. You froze on my screen.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know if you're. I figured you were probably still talking.
No.
Now, when it comes to fast food burgers, the only ones I like are Burger King, Sonic, and Dairy Queen. They're the only good burgers to me.
Sonic, every time I've eaten a Sonic burger, except for once, I got sick.
Yeah.
And the one
Dairy-
time I ate it and I didn't get to finish it till the next day, I had that kidney stone before the National. Remember that, guys?
No.
I was like, well, I'm not coming on the show this week because I'm in the emergency room passing a kidney stone number 29 or some shit.
Oof.
And that time Sonic, it was so perfect. But the Sonic drinks, that's my weakness in life. Every time, like on a Friday night, if we got training with like Tatenda or somebody and we're on we go past one, I'm like, "Hey, better have. You want to?" And she's like, "I don't drink those things." And I'm like, "See, you want one?" She's like, "Yep." So the blue raspberry, the lemon lime, the grape, the blueberry, the strawberry. I usually two-fist them.
Yeah.
I don't need alcohol. I just need them things. Last time I
like-
got, oh, they're good.
I like the cherry limeades,
Yeah, they're
Yep.
good.
and then the lemon cream cooler is one of the best things ever.
Lemon cream cooler.
Yeah, they take their slushy ice, their
Yeah.
ice, then they put vanilla ice cream in it, then they put lemon in it. Like, I don't know if it's lemonade. It probably is lemonade, and they mix it all up, and it is so good.
I might have to try that.
Super refreshing.
I might
Anybody
ask, that might be
anybody
Larry's
remember
company.
the Big Montana from Arby's?
Yep.
I remember it. I didn't eat it.
Yeah.
Fucking 1 pound, 1 pound of fucking roast beef, and the
Oh, I
like
love
it was like this fucking big.
Yep. They got rid of them when I was in college because they would have a special on those things, 2 Montanas for $10. I'd take them home with the potato cakes, and I would buy 4 of them, and I would make like 5 sandwiches or 6 sandwiches out of them with buns from the store
Mhm.
from Giant Eagle, and that'd be my food for the week.
There you go.
Those big Montanas, yep, those helped me through school. I'll tell you that.
I don't
And
think we had
could keep
Arby's.
ones.
We didn't have Arby's up this way.
I go to Arby's probably once every couple months. I'll get in the mood and I get their French dip.
Oh,
And then I get their curly fries and dip it in the au jus.
and they've got
Yeah.
the curly fries that you can buy from the store too,
Yeah, you can buy them
Yeah.
at Walmart.
and Zups.
Yeah.
I missed the potato cakes when they came back. As soon as we found out they came back, we went to Arby's once a week because I freaking love those.
I loved them early on because that's what I would always get with my meal was potato cakes.
Yep.
And then I
I-
started eating the curly fries, and I never went back.
I haven't tried the deep fried turkey yet.
Ooh, that sounds
I saw
interesting.
that the other day, and I'm like, oh, shit.
You want to know why Wendy's is struggling, Ed? It's the caliber of staff that they're hiring because they're a bunch of moronic, dumb, fucking idiots. And I'm not
Copy and
exaggerating.
paste. Copy and paste for Burger King and McDonald's here in Sedalia.
Well, I think that's a growing trend everywhere because,
Yeah.
like, the last time we ordered Wendy's, and it's probably been months, they had the specialty chicken sandwiches.
Yep.
So I wanted to try the Italian, which is, breaded chicken with mozzarella and sauce, like spaghetti marinara sauce.
Marinara
Mhm.
sauce.
I wanted to try it.
Yep.
Because Wendy's
Why not?
chicken was always good. So I was really looking forward to it. ordered it, had it delivered. What did I get? Instead of a piece of chicken, I got a fucking burger with marinara sauce and mozzarella cheese.
Hey, a
Like,
good pizza burger will go a long way.
When the person was making it, didn't they think that was odd?
well, and then they also had like what was it, the loaded fries or some shit.
Yeah.
And they weren't cheap either. Like, no loaded fries. They were like $7 or $8. I'm like, are these? And of course, Laura ended up going to the store to be like, okay, I'm missing this. Like, I didn't even have her like fuck with dealing with the burger instead of a piece of chicken because it like wasn't even worth it. And she told me when she walked in, she's like, oh my God, I think I'm going to die. Like the caliber of people that were just hanging around and everything else, she was like, never again. So, like, maybe that's why I said what I did. Like, the caliber of people that they are employing may be part of the problem.
Yeah, the Casey's right up the street from me, literally. I mean, it's like 0.1 mile just at the end of the block. I will go to other Casey's to get my pizza here in town because one, the staff, all big time dummy losers. And then the people that hang around outside. It's this is not safe.
Yeah, it's the age range of people and the caliber of people. It's just like who's going to want to go to an establishment if that's the type of situations that you're going to allow at your establishment.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. When I work, so I was in my teens and early 20s when I worked in fast food. Little Caesars, like, we would have a 12-pack of beer in the cooler if we were closing, and we'd have a couple friends up there, and they'd help, like, clean up the store and whatever, but we'd be, having a few beers in the process. Same thing at Subway. Like, we hired a lot of high school kids, so a lot of their friends would go up and order food and kind of sit around and hang out, but they weren't causing a scene. They weren't sketchy, but so, like, I get that concept and I get that idea, but it wasn't running people away either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like at Little Caesars, you had the counter or whatever, and then you had the employee door, which stayed locked. And, at least at my store, the two stores I worked at it was mirrored glass, and it wasn't like you couldn't see through it. So you couldn't see on the other side, but that door stayed locked because it was for employees only. Right. And as long as the people we had up there behind the door who weren't supposed to be there stayed out of sight, nobody even fucking knew they were there in the first place. So it didn't matter. And once the door was locked, who cared? But it wasn't like nobody was causing a scene. They weren't being rowdy. They weren't being like, none of that stuff took place. Now it's almost like people just don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody now is just about having bodies. They don't care about the quality of person, just somebody that shows up.
It was circa 2009, and I was still living in Pennsylvania, and Meredith came to visit me. And it was July. It was either Memorial Day weekend or July 4th weekend. And we stayed at the casino for giggles and craps. And
literally.
Yeah. And we were like, man, we hadn't eaten all day. We were at my parents' house and my aunt and uncles, and we just picked at stuff. And she's like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, let's go grab something to eat. And we saw the Burger King the sign was on. We pulled up to Burger King. Everybody at Burger King was in the back. And we rolled down the window to place the order. They all were putting their, and we were like, oh, they must have been all out there smoking. There was like 7 of them. And I'm like, I said, well then. And I said, I don't think we're getting food. She goes, I don't think we are either. I said, let's try somewhere else. Because then we drove for like an hour and we couldn't find anywhere else. So we stopped at a gas station and got like
hot dogs,
sandwiches with Sheets. So there was a Sheets there. So we got made to order food at the gas station. She's like, I didn't know this existed. I said, well, when in doubt, go to Sheets. It'll always save you. Pizza, whatever you want's there. Sandwiches. So I just got 3 or 4 slices of pizza and I was good.
It just blows my mind. Years ago, when fucking minimum wage was almost nothing,
Yeah.
people still gave a shit about their work ethic and everything else. Now that minimum wage is like 3 times what it was when we all started working, and the caliber employee is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Jeez. Hell, I sat. We went to Whataburger one night and literally sat in the drive-thru at the ordering menu for like 10 minutes and nothing. And I'm like, okay, I ain't waiting any longer. Like, this is bullshit. Where else are we gonna go? And slowly like cruised by the freaking drive-thru window. They were all just fucking standing there. Like, really? Really? You're collecting a paycheck and not even doing your job. That's nice. I don't get it.
So many restaurants around here went out of business during the pandemic for said reasons. The 3 or 4 Taco Bells that I know went out. Because the one Taco Bell that's like 3 or 4 miles from me, they're now Table 53 Pizza, which I'm glad they are, because Table 53 Pizza is phenomenal. Their thin crust New York style pizza. Whoo boy. And Meredith said it's the best chicken, what is that, barbecue chicken pizza? She said that's the best barbecue chicken pizza she's ever ate.
Whoever, I get it. The pandemic like fucked a lot of shit up, but the pandemic shouldn't have fucked up like people's ability to work.
Yeah, their drive, fucking motivation. Yeah.
Like, I'm speaking from experience. Like, all of us here on this panel, even Michael, who's currently off camera, we've all been pretty much at the same place of employment for an extended period of time.
Yes.
And although sometimes, yes, we hate our job, we'd love to strangle bosses, co-workers, whatever.
Well-wishers and curious onlookers.
We still have a job to do, and we still work hard to make sure we do a good job.
Work harder than we need to.
Like, what the fuck? And you can't, like, so 3 of us on here have children.
Correct.
You can't tell me that everybody our age range who has kids just didn't bother to instill work ethic in their children. And then again, maybe I'm mistaken.
Apparently, it's a 50-50 shot. Like,
That's what she
I can't complain. Like, my middle daughter works in the auto industry. She works at a plant. But you don't get too blue collar than that kind of stuff. And she works every day. She shows up, and if they send her home, that's the thing that they do. That you go home with 80% pay or whatever it is, because they had too many people or whatever it is. But you got to be there every day. It is what it is.
But then on the flip side, and I shouldn't put this on a recorded podcast. Not that anybody knows where I work, other than, well, I know like 2 of the 3 on here know of the place I work because I've mentioned it before. But, like me, I work from home, and we have since March of 2020. Even when we didn't, I have like perfect attendance for the last 5 years. And our company considers perfect attendance of not using any sick days. Okay. I have an employee that I shit you not, that every time I turn around at least once a month, they're calling out fucking sick. It's like, you work from fucking home. Suck it up.
That's insane.
And she's older than I am. Like, we're the
crazy.
same generation. Like, what the fuck?
My sister just had to fire somebody at one of their 3 offices because since she's been hired, I think she's been there 6 or 8 months. She's missed 40% of work.
Jeez.
It's just, how is that even possible?
I mean, I get it. Like, some people have health issues.
He hadn't seen the comment yet.
Oh,
Paul.
oh, yeah. Ha ha ha. Nice. Yeah, Sid, I'm sure you'd be in the front row stuffing my G-string too, wouldn't you, Paul?
don't tempt him, especially if you walked out there with the Tim Tebow jersey.
Fuck you, Dave.
Do you wear 316 little
Tim
things on your
Tebow jersey, no pants.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, the wife just pulled up outside. I'm going to get off of here and hang out with her for a few minutes before I go to bed.
You're gonna get off. Enjoy yourself.
I'm too tired. That sounds like work.
You could just lay there. I'm just saying.
We can't both do that.
Well, that's true. Then of course it defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
Hey, now it's a family show.
Yeah.
Only says Dave.
It's a cooking show. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is
This
food
has
review
turned
show.
into a food show. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, guys. I'll
have a
talk
good
to you
one,
later.
Night, Michael.
Good night.
What was the topic? Navigating life, and where does the hobby fit in?
I was gonna say I
Yeah.
saw the
That's-
placeholder. That was
That's
it.
why I said, when the hobby turns its back on us, what do we turn to? Food.
Food.
That's where
Other
it fits
hobbies.
in. That's where it fits in.
I went back to
Uh.
other hobbies. I don't concentrate on cards like I used to. I collect other stuff, so most of this year I've spent buying things that are other.
You are still actively buying cards on a frequent basis.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of all of us, including Michael, who left, you have still actively been procuring and purchasing stuff for the collection.
Yes.
Dave mostly has procured stuff for people for Christmas.
I've done the same, but
you have, and I'm not saying that you haven't, but
Yeah.
like you're still actively doing stuff for your own personal collection. Dave
Yes.
has picked up some stuff here and there. I've got one card which I showed off months ago.
yeah,
But outside of that, I've still been buying sealed wax to sit on. Take it easy, Bobby.
Later, Bobby.
And even that's kind of been limited. Like for instance, 2024 Mosaic football's already out. They've upped the price yet again. And it's like, yes, there's Caleb, there's Bo, there's freaking Penix Jr. Like the quarterback class is fairly deep. They haven't done much other than Bo Nix and Jaden. But, in years past, when Mosaic would drop, it was usually gone within a day.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because, Panini's getting ready to lose their license. They're going to do anything and everything they can to suck every little bit of money they can from people.
That's the one thing I will say. I've cut back on the wax purchases tremendously.
Well, and I've said it, and Ryan even said it, outside of like Allen and Ginter, because it had Wembanyama certified autographs. Very difficult to pull, of course. But, Prism basketball. Like there are certain things just because of what they are and the namesake that they have in the hobby. Those were the ones that I kind of like focused on. Mosaic, Prism, Select. Those have the staying power and the price point as far as, I won't say the more bang for your buck, but have a tendency to hold their value when it comes to in the event that you want to sell singles and shit along those lines, or even sealed product for that matter. And I've done the same thing with like football. But there was always, because like Vinny was more hockey based when it came to a lot of your sealed stuff. You did football, you did basketball, you did soccer, you did some of the other sports from time to time, but your main focus was hockey when it came to sealed product.
This is true.
And, it got to the point to where every time I turned around, it's like, oh yeah, I need to go ahead and get that. Oh, I need to get that. I need to get that. I need to get that. It's like, no. Budget majorly shrunk.
Shrinky date.
Yeah. For reasons. There are a few people who know those reasons. I have not shared it with the collective yet because I'm not ready to do that yet. But that's why there still is those few things. And, me buying the Select fat packs and the hanger packs of Update, it's because, like, I wanted something to open. Hadn't opened anything for a bit. And, you can't go wrong when you pull a CJ Stroud die cut rookie. Like, I didn't look at the variation of whether it be concourse field, whatever, an Anthony Richardson, that type of stuff. And then of course Update because of Skeens. And I was lucky enough at least to pull both Skeens, both Jackson Merrills and both Jackson Holidays. The only other decent, and I got one of the two Evan Carters. But like Jason Dominguez is the other big one, really, from a rookie perspective. I'm sure there are others, but Bowman. What year is that? 21. I can't read that. Wave 3.
Keith Shore.
Oh,
So I got one of each, or two of each, for like the. I had planned on like opening one of each, but like the 1, 2, 3, and 4, but yeah,
well, so Ed, here's the thing, like, and this is why I don't open a lot of retail even from that perspective, because yes, the price point are continuing I'll say the MSRP continues to get higher and higher and higher. But that's only because people are still willing to pay it, because almost all of us are priced out of hobby. If hobby would stabilize, which it's not going to, because people are still paying the prices and everything is geared towards breakers. So of course, like, that's not going to happen. Retail is only going to get more and more. Mosaic used to be $30, $29.99 for a blaster box. 60, I think, for a mega, $59.99. I haven't seen megas yet for Mosaic football, but blasters are now $35, $34.99. And I'm sure at some point blasters of Mosaic probably were $25 before they went up to 30.
mm-hmm.
I mean, Tops for the longest time, Tops blasters were $20. They're 25. Hangers, I'm sure, were like $10. They're now 12 and 13, depending on where you buy them from. But, it's what I find interesting is because from time to time, I'll go read like the reviews of some of the stuff on Target. And, they're always the same thing. Oh, I didn't get anything good. Like, this is too expensive. Buy hobby. What do you expect?
Mm-hmm.
There is no guarantees in retail other than like specific color parallels and stuff along those lines. The odds on retail is 20 times harder to pull anything of value compared to hobby. But that's always been the case. That hasn't changed.
No.
It's more difficult now because most people can't afford hobbies, so they crank out more retail because they can still satisfy a collector by putting out retail product because that's what they can afford. They just make it 10 times more difficult to pull anything of value. But that's the issue. This is a hobby. It's not supposed to be about value. It really isn't. It's about collecting. It's a hobby. It's not supposed to be about value.
It's just a hobby, fellas. It's just a hobby.
But nothing. And this has been said multiple times. Carlos even said it a long time ago. Like, if you're bitching about pricing on hobby and or retail, then just stop buying it. Just stop. The more people who stop buying, eventually it's going to hurt the bottom line of the manufacturer, and they're going to have no choice but to adjust pricing.
I was supposed. Well, go ahead.
That's not going to happen.
No.
So, like, quit bitching about it. Like, this is how it is. This is how it's going to be. And it's not going to change once Fanatics has all the licensing. Fanatics is watching what Panini's doing. They're still going to see them increasing pricing. They're still meeting numbers. They're still selling out of product. Like, what makes you think that Fanatics is going to say, oh, yeah, Panini sold all their product and it was $5 more than what it was last year. We're going to go back to $5 less.
Yeah.
No. Really?
It's the new floor.
Yeah, it's the new norm. And it's only going to go up. It's only going to keep going up because people are still going to buy it. If you want nothing to do with wax, buy the singles. But stop bitching about prices going up. This is 2 years in a row in which that shit's happened. Like, that's the new norm. And don't be surprised going into 2025, it's going to go up again, depending on the product. Premium products, people want them, people are going to pay it. And if you don't think that they are, then I don't know what to tell you. It's the nature of the hobby.
No, if you had idiots during COVID looking to buy new trucks that were $80,000-$90,000 for a truck that pre-COVID was $40,000, and then you had people that were paying like twice as much, up to twice as much, to get whatever truck it was because they were coming off the production line. Again, people are stupid.
Well, and you have a valid point, Dave, but there's a little bit of difference when it comes to like cars. Some of that had to do with chip shortages.
I'm just saying, like, the logic behind things.
I'm right there with you. But like, we're now past that.
Oh, yes, I know.
And yet,
and then you're seeing people. What's happening though? Same sort of thing. People in the hobby, they're like, you know what? We don't want to be in it. We've either overspent, and then you don't see like what. Oh man, my Zions, they're not where they were when I chipped in and spent $1,500 for a base Prism PSA 10. And you're like, well, now what? And you got to catch out because at some point, Uncle Sam, the bill collectors, credit card guys, PayPal, whoever, whatever you're doing.
Yep, they're going to want their money.
You see that a lot now. You've seen a lot of trucks up back in like used trucks. You see fucking side-by-sides like a goddamn Veterans Parade, a 4th of July parade. With how many of them? Because people can't fucking afford them. It's like you buy into the hype. You buy into the, not the need, I need that truck, or I need these cards. It's, I want to keep up. I've had a truck every 2 years. I got to get one. Well, fucking $95,000 for something that's not even close to that. Well, I need it. There's a difference. Want and need.
Has anybody sat there and thought that we'd actually see 7 years to finance a vehicle? 5 years for the longest time was the cap.
Yep.
And, before COVID, things went to 60 months in a lot of situations. But now to 7 years, I get it. Like, costs go up, but not to the extreme of what everything has happened. And that's just for the simple fact that all these companies you can't call it a supply and demand thing either. Oh, people are still paying. People are still buying them.
Yep. People
are still paying the money. So all these big companies and everything else are, this is going to sound really wrong, and I don't mean it like this, are playing on the stupidity of the American people because the American people are still spending the money and paying fucking like
Asinine prices for shit.
I
No, it doesn't sound good, but it's the truth. That's the problem.
it's
You have a lot of stupid people that are doing a lot of stupid things.
it is price gouging at its finest, and it's on everything. Everything. From houses to vehicles to groceries to fucking insurance. Like there's certain states and everything else in which like insurance rates are through the roof. And like it's being allowed. That's the crazy thing.
I'd say stuff, but remember, we're not a political show, so
This is not a political
no.
statement.
I know. I'm not saying it is. I'm saying I could say something, but I'm not going to.
I get it. It could definitely go towards the political path, but that's not why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Oh, I know.
This
I get.
this has been ongoing though. Has nothing to do with who's been in office, who was in office, who's currently in office. Like it has been going on for some time. This is not anything new.
No.
The pandemic is what really pushed this to the forefront because people like businesses were shutting down and everything else, and people were getting laid off and all this other kind of stuff, and companies in order to stay afloat had to increase pricing, but it hasn't gone back.
No. And you said it. We said it. If you don't fucking buy that whatever it is at the price it's at, you have to make some sort of adjustment. But people keep buying shit at the price it's at now currently. Why would you fucking go back and lose profit when that's your bottom fucking line?
Yep.
Because Stone Cold said so.
Yep. Now, and the part that hurts most of all of us is the needs. It's not the wants, it's the needs.
Mhm.
That's the part that hurts. So it's this, but again, it's the same thing with cards. Like the pandemic allowed for the ability for these manufacturers to up costs, and people were still paying it. Hobby and retail, and their bottom line hasn't dipped. They're still making a shit ton of money. So here, let's test the waters. Let's up it a little bit more. Let's see if we can make even more money and make even more product, so
And
we can make even more money.
And from the food standpoint, guess what? I bet more than half don't even realize the quantity of what you're buying for the price that's more than it was is less.
In a lot of
36
situations, I bet it is.
Cereals, trying to think, pizzas. DiGiorno's went down to a smaller size. It just like everything. It used to be a nice flat number, a nice 16 ounce, a nice 20 ounce. Now it's like an 18.4. Now it's like 13.8 or 14.6.
Look at fast food.
More.
Look at fast food.
Yeah.
It's costs go up. I get it. You have to pass on some of that expense to the consumer, but not to the extent of what we've seen over the last, 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I can at least say that the kid and I have stayed within budget 99% of the time when going to the store. And that's important. So, but who knows? The other part that sucks is for the majority of us, well, and I'm speaking for myself, like it's been going on 3 years since I've had a raise. Company takes the money out of the budget for merit increases and takes it and uses it for something else. And yet, we're supposed to be the most valuable asset. Oh, okay. Yeah, that really shows that when you take the money out of the budget for merit increases to go spend it somewhere else. That really goes that really tells me how much of a valuable asset I am. Yeah, fuck you.
No, I
They're
think
called
we're
they're
supposed to
called
get something soon.
well, they're called merit increases. Merit based on your work ethic, what you bring to the table. And if you continuously do a great job, what is that? What are you telling your people? Why should I work any harder to try and get a merit increase when my boss says I deserve one, but yet you took the money from the budget? You think I'm going to work any harder? No. Bite me, Paul. It is quite funny though. In our all hands call, like just within our area of the business, supply chain and operations, there is always at least one or two questions surrounding, are we going to have to deal with the same thing that we did last year? Take the money out of the budget so we can acquire this company? Or are we actually going to get merit increases? Because we're going on 3 years. And for somebody like me who has a team, I only have 2 people. But like one of my 2 people deserves something. And then of course, like my boss has to delegate this pool of money within a significant number of people. And there's a ton of people that deserve something. But at the same time, there's only so much money in the pot. So how are you going to how do you divvy that up? Because like this person probably deserves more because they're way at the bottom part of their range and you want to keep them, but yet you have this person over here that's closer to the top of their range that always does their job, goes above and beyond, is involved in projects, saves the company money. Like, what do you do? Like, I would hate to be her. And I tell her this all the time. It's like, I would hate to be in your position because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. Cheap bastards.
Basically.
Well, at a bare minimum, at least give somebody a cost of living increase. Give everybody at least something. Something is better than nothing. And none of this 1% bullshit.
Yeah, that's
Because that's happened a few times too. And I'm like, yeah, I feel bad. Like I got just under 4, and all these people got 1. Thank you, boss. Appreciate it. Oh, but damn. And it's one of those situations when you have your people bitching about it. It's like, hey, at least everybody got something. You have to try and turn it into a positive when like you got more than the other people who are bitching.
no, that's
That's
not,
hard.
you got a boss that's a fucking dipshit. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, you've been dealing with said dipshits for a long time, unfortunately.
Oh, when you've got somebody, and again, this is a known, and again, the one political thing, the known supporter of one side. I mean, it's not even half a secret. In a mostly like liberal town, you are upfront and complain about like, oh, it's going, gone, like my checking account, but yet you bring like some relatives over from Germany to work in the summer, you fly them over, you're putting them up, you're feeding them, and again, you're not feeding them macaroni and cheese and fucking hot dogs. You're taking from the meat of the meat department and getting liquor from the liquor store, and even if you're paying for that, you're not getting a 12 or a fucking Minnesota brew or something. You're getting good shit. You're going for like a 4-day weekend. You've got tickets to the Twins game twice. You're going to like the state fair. You're not. You're going to Hawaii with your family to watch your son run a marathon. You've been to South Dakota to hunt. You go hunting here. You've been to other Twins games. You've been to Minnesota Wild games. You've been to Vikings games.
How much does this motherfucker make?
How many? It hunting trip to South Africa, and then you have the unmitigated gall to say, "I'm a poor grocery store owner." It's just like,
no, you're not.
you're lucky I don't have a conceal and carry. I mean, this is the fucking epitome of
allegedly.
just,
The voice from beyond, allegedly.
it just you've got 10 pots to piss in.
Yeah. Going, gone like my checking account. Well, stop fucking spending and doing all that shit. Maybe it wouldn't be going, gone.
But that's why he doesn't talk to me like at all. That's the good part, because, well, the other was it last week sometime. I got all these cases of bread in, and I saw him up front, like our special wall or whatever you want to call it, our promo area. I said, why the fuck I get all these cases of bread? Because I went in there Sunday and shit was everywhere. Carts were like scattered about, and I'm like, usually there's one person that does that, and that's him, because he can't fucking be bothered to put shit back where it goes. Because again, he's just so busy.
He's
so
the
much,
owner.
so much going on. No, well, he's one of the owners, not the. There's several of the Zups that are there. He likes to pretend that he's the most important.
Gotcha.
So what's going on there? Well, I looked for the hunting rolls and somebody said we didn't have any. And they're just like these little roll, like something you have at like a Thanksgiving, just a buttered, you
Okay.
break a buttered roll, whatever. Comes bulk like 120 to like 140 or whatever in a box. I bag them up 9 per and price them out. So I no, I've got them in there. Well, they said they, and it's always they. They said, never this person said it, giving me a name. It's always they, so you know it's him. So there wasn't any in there, so I ordered them. I said, you could have asked me. And then I could tell he's starting to like, because I'm right in his face. He's like, you weren't here. So yeah, you're probably looking in the afternoon. So yeah, I'm not going to be here on a Saturday afternoon. There's no point for me to do that. And I said, you've got my fucking cell phone number. Either call me or text me. It takes 5 seconds. He's like, oh. He's like, we could put him in the shop. I'm like, I'm not bagging your fucking mistake up because you're an idiot. Like, and he starts like talking. And I just walked away. I'm like, you are a fucking grade A moron.
I'm walking away before I deck you in your face and get an assault charge. No, that's not an allegedly. That's a straight up facts.
I'm just like, you stupid fuck. How have you fucking
Existed?
been in business? How has nobody kicked the living shit out of you for whatever it is, 60 years you've been on this earth?
Hence the reason you don't should never go into business with family because of shit like that.
Like none of them like each other.
Oh, that's a successful business model. Jeez. Well, unfortunately for you, your options are limited because of where you live on what else you could or where else you could go. I know that there's other options, but like
and I've been very vocal about the reason I stay there because I can get my shit done and then go watch Naomi with softball or go see her do whatever.
yes, but if you were to go somewhere else, that could be negotiated in your deal anyways. Like you have the experience, you have the ability to sit there and be like, hey, this is kind of what I'm able to do. If this works and you can pay me X, then hey, let's get to work. If this doesn't work, then I'll stay where I am.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're coming up on 2.5 hours too, Dave, FYI.
It's that I keep thinking it's like 3.5 years, 3.5 years, 3.5 years, 3.5 years.
What's 3.5 years?
She graduates and then
graduates. I had a feeling that's what you were leaning towards, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't like thinking incorrectly.
He said at least she's getting that from me. She's like, I want to leave and I never want to see these people again. I never want to come back. I don't. The people here are dumb. I said, yep.
So where would you go? Just out of curiosity.
Somewhere maybe down by Denton, Texas. I heard it's real nice down there.
I'm being serious, Dave.
I don't know. Tristan and I have talked about like Lake Superior, but unless we win the lottery, that's again
out of the question.
Yeah, and even if like a lake view that's not on the lake, you're still looking at a hefty chunk of money. I don't know.
I was just curious more than anything. Like, have you given it a lot of thought outside of like what you just alluded to? But I mean, like, there's still a lot of time for you to kind of figure that out. There isn't one.
Yeah.
I don't think that they're going to look to expand.
Crazier things.
No.
No, I know.
Golly.
I know she wants to go to so far like northern Iowa. That's like the College of Logic. She's
Gotcha.
like maybe I'll go to UCLA. I said I'm not fucking going to California. I'm like I'm a Chargers fan, and I've been a Chargers fan longer than I've known you. By a lot. So if I haven't been out there for a Chargers game, and I didn't go to the San Diego Chargers, it's highly unlikely I want to go out there for like you in school. If and again, softball wise, you're probably not going to be playing for UCLA. You have to fucking somehow turn some switches on that you don't even know you have, and ramp up your skill level by like 100 times. So, unless you show me that, Northern Iowa's more of a chance.
Right.
So, just you go there, and she's like, one of her friends wants to go to like Mankato State, and I'm like, again, then you're semi close. You're like 3 hours away. But
Well, and you'd still be kind of semi close to family and everything else, though, too.
well, yeah, I care, and at the same time, I don't, because it's just a.
Well, that's, I mean,
The ones in Iowa right now are, I don't know. I'm irritated. That's something to do with like the placeholder and the title. It's just a lot of stuff where it's like I don't ask for much at all. I never do. Because I don't like to be on the other end of being asked.
Yeah, you go with the flow.
But if I ask, hey, can you accommodate us for this? And I asked October 16th, and I still have not gotten an answer.
October 16th? A month, 3 days passed.
I just said, hey, even if it's on the floor, I don't care. There's a thing down there in Cedar Rapids, northern Iowa, like a softball camp, like a 9 to 6 thing. We'd be down Saturday, stay Sunday, and then like leave Monday morning.
And nothing.
And, we gotta see what we're doing. I said, okay, yeah, it's fine. And that's again why I fucking loathe my dad's side of the family. Just
I could understand that.
I'm like, even if it's in the garage, I don't care. Just I'll give us a heater, or I'll buy a fucking heater. Like it doesn't have to be 5-star. It doesn't have to be 2-star. Just
A place to crash.
And offset some costs, because the thing would be like over $200 for the camp or the 8 hours or whatever. But it's like, so yeah,
I get it. Wrap us up, Dave, before you go down a rabbit hole.
Me? No, it has to be a pretty big rabbit hole.
You said it.
So thanks to everybody that's watched intermittently or all the way through, suffered along with us. I mean, enjoyed the show along with us.
No, your first statement was more accurate.
Thanks for Michael for jumping on. And hopefully next week got something cooking that'll pertain to like more of the holiday frenzy of the next month. So
yeah, what are we thankful for?
Well, that, and we're gonna wrap something else in there too. So hopefully, like I reached out to several, and I don't know.
This is news to me.
Yeah, it's all right.
You don't share a whole lot,
That's you are correct. Sir.
asshole.
But yeah, well, we might have some other folks on talking about the holiday and like the next month after that or the next 40 days.
Oh, that's a Ryan and Neil thing.
For Vinny, for Steve, and Dave, this has been the IRP. Remember, collecting cards when you can feasibly afford them. It's a wonderful hobby. The friendships you forge along the way, that's what really matters. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.